Good morning and welcome to Hashtag Rise and Grind. I am your host, Glenn Lundy. I am a husband to one,
a father to seven, and the creator of what is going to be the #1 most watched morning show in the world.
It is 5:30 a.m. and I hope that you are ready to rise and grind.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. What's up, everybody? Today's a special day up here on Hashtag Rise and Grind because today is my 41st birthday and I'm stinking excited about it, if you can't tell. Look around in the background. Are you kidding me? The Twang sisters. That's right, the Twang sisters, Vicky, Pam, Gail, Susan, the original OG Twang sisters, done popped up into my crib, popped into the house, popped into the studio, and I got twanged, as they say. I got twanged. These lovely ladies, who I absolutely adore, came in here. They put balloons everywhere, which the kids are already fighting over the balloons. I told them, don't touch them. You can't have the balloons till tomorrow. We got the balloons everywhere, and they got the You've Been Twanged. Look, even right here on my microphone, look. You've been twanged by the Twang sisters. They brought me some Southern socks, which is amazing because I was getting jealous and because everybody out there was getting socks and I hadn't gotten any socks. People like Josh O and all these people from all over the country getting socks. No socks for me. But now I've got some socks. They even brought me a little onesie for Oakland that says, "What's up, y'all?" And then most importantly, probably the most important part, is they brought me an entire cheesecake from Cheesecake Factory. Now, it's not in this box because it's been in the refrigerator, but they brought me, and we actually already ate a bunch of it because it's delicious, but they brought me this. But the Twang sisters done it up right here on my birthday, and since they did it up right on my birthday, I'm going to do it up right on my birthday because today is December 20th, 2018, the first and last time it'll ever be. First and last time it'll ever be Thursday, December 20th, 2018. So we have to make the absolute most of this incredible day. Do you guys agree? We have to make the absolute most. On top of it, it's my 21st birthday. Yeah, you heard me right. 41st birthday. That's what I meant to say. At my age, you get a little mixed up. 21, 41. But listen, today I want to exchange some gifts with you. Since it's my birthday. Can we do that? Can we exchange gifts? Because I like doing gift exchanges. So here's what I'm going to do. Today, I am going to give away, well, I'm not going to give it away today, but I'm going to give it away today, but you can't get it today. But anyway, I'm going to give away a Rise and Grind t-shirt. That's right. I'm going to give away a Rise and Grind t-shirt. I'm also going to give away a Rise and Grind hoodie. I'm going to give away a Rise and Grind t-shirt, a Rise and Grind hoodie, and I'm going to give away a Rise and Grind planner, okay? I'm going to give away a Rise and Grind t-shirt, a Rise and Grind hoodie, and a Rise and Grind planner. And I will tell you exactly how we're going to do that a little bit later in the show. But it's going to be a care package. Somebody's going to get all of that. You're going to get the hoodie, you're going to get the t-shirt, you're going to get the planner, you're going to get it all, and I'm going to give it all to you in one big bundle. Merry stinking Christmas. That's how that's going to work, and I'll tell you how that works. Well, I'll tell you right now, actually. Here's what you got to do. If you want to get the t-shirt, you want to get the hoodie, you want to get the planner, you have to hit that share button. You have to hit that share button. I know some of you are like, I don't share, I don't put it in my feed, that's not my dig, that's not what I do. Today, for my birthday, I want this to be the most shared episode ever in the history of Hashtag Rise and Grind. So whether you're watching live or on replay, I want you to hit the share button, and I'm going to go back through and look at all the people that shared it, and I'm going to draw out a winner. Now, you also have to invite at least 10 people to the Rise and Grind group today. At least 10. If you want to do 100, great. If you want to do 1,000, great. If you want to, every single friend in your friend list, awesome. But at least 10. So you got to hit the share button, and you got to at least invite 10 people to the group to be eligible to win a t-shirt, a hoodie, and a planner, all in one big care package. What's that? The hoodie's like $60, t-shirt's like $20, planner's $50. It's like $130, $130 package, but you have to hit that share button and invite 10 people to the group. Okay? Now, that's one part That's one part of today's special birthday episode, is I am going to give that away. The other part is, I promise you, I am going to deliver some absolute fire today. I'm going to deliver absolute fire today, and at the end of the show, if I do deliver fire, like I promise you I'm going to, at the end of the show, I'm going to have one more birthday request from you, okay? I'm going to have one more birthday request. But before we get into all of that, we got to do some. Y'all gonna freak your minds out right now. I'm about to freak your minds. I'm about to freak your minds first thing in the morning. All right, before we do all that, let's dance. That's right. Y'all are like, what is that? I don't know. Might be a little secret. Might be a little secret that I'm not supposed to tell yet. Might be. But let's dance to it. Hey guys, this is the part of the show where I need you to hit that share button. That's right. You gotta hit that share button. Because I believe if we could change the way people start their day, we can make a massive impact on this planet. This is also the part of the show where I need you to say good morning to me, and I'm going to say good morning to you. Whether you're watching on replay or you're watching live, make sure you say good morning. Good morning, Therese. Can y'all hear that? Can y'all hear that? That's what I'm talking about. Good morning, Jeff Baker. Good morning, Faye Giles. Good morning, Sandra Benstock. What's up, Vicky Everett? Mr. Scott Simons, how are you, sir? Good morning, K. Michelle Lewis. Good morning, Corinne Parrish. Good morning, Janelle Griego. Good morning, Josh Weatherall and my man Josh. Good morning, AJ Anderson. Good morning, Beth Workman. Jeremy Noling's up in here. Anthony Santangelo's up in here. Well, he says, turn it up. Y'all can't hear it? What's up, Faye Giles? How are ya? Teresa Vance is up in here. I love it. All kinds of people up in here. Jessica Lawson on the special birthday edition. That's right. Keep hitting that share button. What's up, Liza? How are you, Liza? AJ? All right, cool. Can y'all hear that good enough? Jeff Baker said turn it up. I want to make sure y'all can hear it. Look, I'm not going to talk. Okay, let's try it one more time. Now y'all can hear it for sure. There we go. Wake up. Stay woke. Hashtag rise and grind. First thing on my mind, early in the morning time. Daily motivation, feeling so divine. Waking up the nation. Hashtag rise and grind. Hashtag rise and grind. Hashtag rise and grind. Alright, that's all I can give you. I wasn't even supposed to give you all that. That's all I can give you. That's a little birthday preview. Only for those on the birthday. Check it out. Less than a year ago, we had this.
Man, that light is bright. Man, I got a bright sticking light in this studio, man. It's like kind of at an angle. It's weird this morning, but hey guys, good morning. Glenn Lundy hanging out. It is 5:30 in the morning, and I wanted to hop on here live and see who else is up. My gosh, I need a shower. But I wanted to see who else is up and who else is grinding. Frank Kranite just popped in here. RC Hazard just popped in here. Heather Toomey, Adam Jaramillo all the way out there in Arizona. What's up, Rick? Hey guys, you guys are all my rising grinders, man. This is the early morning crew. 5:33, that's right, Rick, man. I'm sorry, I'm about 3 minutes late. I meant to kick this off right at 5:30. RC Hazard, cracking eggs and making ideas. That's my man. But yeah, here's
so that's episode 1 of Hashtag Rise and Grind. That's episode 1. That was a little less than a year ago. That was on January 6th of 2017. As you can see, I mean, the light was bright in my eye. I wasn't used to waking up this early like I used to. And the reason I only said good morning to 4 people is I believe there was only 4 people that were watching that episode. But that was a little less than a year ago that we started this thing called Hashtag Rise and Grind. And since then, Hashtag Rise and Grind has grown into a group. We've got the group, hashtag Rise and Grind group, that's got over 34,000 members that you guys are going to add some more people to today. It's got over 34,000 members, but it grew to the group. It also grew into a clothing line. We now have a clothing line. We've got shirts, we've got hats, we've got hoodies, we've got all kinds of stuff that you can wear with this awesome Rise and Grind brand. It's also grown to where we've had incredible guests on the program, including my man Eric Thomas, E.T., the hip-hop preacher, the #1 motivational speaker in the world, has been one of our guests on the show. My sister actually is going to be one of the guests on the show tomorrow. Her name's Christina, and then we got that being followed up by Mr. Inky Johnson next week. But it's grown to all of those things, and more importantly, it's grown to be an incredible family. I mean, an absolutely incredible family where I've met people like the Twang sisters that come in here and decorate my office, and the relationships between all of you guys have just been absolutely unbelievable. And it's just crazy that all this started on January 6th. I mean, golly, since I started the show, I even left my job. Can you believe it? I was the general manager at Dan Cummins Chevrolet and Buick in Paris, Kentucky, the second largest used car franchise dealership in America. In all of America, the second largest store. I was the face of the company. I was up in there. We were doing great. We'd grown sales 800%. 800%. And I was nice and comfortable. And I quit. Since that first episode that you just saw less than a year ago. And of course, the Lundys have had another baby, right? The Lundys have had another baby since that day on January 6th, where I decided to go live from my utility room. And then even more recently, we released this incredible planner, right? The hashtag Rise and Grind incredible planner. We went ahead and released that planner, which is going global. I just shipped one to Australia yesterday, and the planner is all set up for everybody to have an incredible 2019. We're going to attack that together, and it's going to be absolutely phenomenal. But listen, it all started with a mission. It all started with a mission to equip people in a way that they would rise every single day, right? Rise every single day and evolve into the absolute best versions of themselves that they could possibly be. And ultimately, by that evolution into best version of themselves, they would make an impact on their friends, on their family members, on their coworkers, and ultimately we would do it all together, right? That's where it all started. Let's just get together in the mornings at 5:30 a.m. and we'll set everything up. We'll put ourselves in a position to be great, a position to be successful, and let's just do it together. And it's created this entire community. It's incredible that this all just started on January 6th. Now here we are at 5:30 a.m. and we dance and we sing and we laugh and we cry, right? I show different videos and we get all up in our feels sometimes, and other times we're just super jacked up, and sometimes we're inspired, and sometimes we're motivated, and sometimes we're educated, but we do it all together, and we do it every single day, Monday through Friday, 5:30 a.m. Usually 5:30 a.m., right? 5:30. Sometimes there's been, over the last year, there's been a couple times where it didn't quite kick off at 5:30, but I'm human just like you. So 5:30 a.m. we do it, and we do it every day, and we do it together, and it's all been absolutely incredible. And the reason we do it every single day is because my friend, Danelle Delgado, who I've introduced you guys to, and I want everyone in the world to know because she's incredible. My friend, Danelle Delgado, she talks about it. She says we must become slaves to our important disciplines. We must become slaves to the positive habits that lead us towards greatness. We have to become slaves, and by slaves, it means you do it, and you do it no matter what, and you do it no matter how you feel, and you don't have an option. There's no other option, and this is what we do. This is what we do, and we continue to add more people to the group, continue to bring more people in here, and it's been incredible. I mean, talk about the 5 things, right? We've become slaves to the 5 things, some of us more than others. Some of us are still working on it, but we've had these 5 things that you must do every single day to change your life, right? Don't hit the snooze button, being number 1. Number 2 is don't grab your phone first thing in the morning. You don't want to get roped up into somebody else's world. You want to start off focusing on you. Number 3 is a gratitude and goals list. Yes, it sounds like two things, but it's actually one. We got to get in a place where we're thankful and we're grateful for the things that we have, and then we go into our goals after that. So gratitude and goals. Number 4 is we take care of the physical. Make sure we're doing something like my man Scott Simons, who's out there CrossFitting right now, or my girl Liza, who's out there right now. She's out there on a run right now, or Bambi, who's on day 11. Bambi's on day 11 of working out. She's crushing herself. She's changing her body. She's becoming hashtag unrecognizable. Or my boy Derek McClain, he's doing all kinds of physical things. He's taking care. He's making sure to still go out there and run, even though his wife is battling cancer right now, even though their family is having struggles right now, which actually they're seeing a lot of miracles and they're seeing a lot of light, which I love. But even though they're dealing with all that, he's staying a slave to his discipline, a slave to his good habit. And that's what Danelle teaches us we have to do. We have to become a slave to those 5 things, right? And it's amazing because this has all come together to create what will be, one day, will be what I believe the most important show in history. All of this has come together to create what I believe is going to be the most important show in all of history. And I believe that because I truly do believe if we can change the way people start their day, it'll make a massive impact on this planet. I believe that. I believe that with all of my heart. I believe that we can eradicate things like depression. I believe that we can eradicate things like illness. I believe that we can eradicate things like homelessness. I believe that we can eradicate all of these things if we just change the way people start their day, if we give them the right tools, if we pull together in a community, if we're positive and we're encouraging and we lift each other's up, if everybody were to wake up inspired and motivated and ready to rock and roll and to conquer the world, and if everybody knew and understood their worth and that they were children of God, uniquely made by the God of the universe to be the absolute best version of themselves that they could possibly be. If everyone in the world knew that, and everyone in the world felt valued, and everyone in the world had the tools and were just equipped and ready to rock and roll and could run through freaking brick walls when they woke up every day, versus just rolling out of bed last second, versus not having any energy going into it last second, versus not taking any time for self, versus not taking care of themselves physically, not taking care of themselves spiritually, versus not taking care of themselves mentally. If people would just change the way that they start their day, I truly believe that it could be the most important show in all of history. I believe that. And see, we have a responsibility at this point. Like, I'm so thankful for where we are right now. I am so thankful for where we are right now. The clothing line, the planners, the group, the community. I'm just so thankful. Some of the things that you guys do continue to blow my mind. You guys blow my mind. Jeff Baker was out there and he's helping some people for Christmas this year with gifts and whatnot. We got people feeding families all over the country, which is incredible. Somebody comes into our group, posts a poop emoji and wants to talk crap about our group, and we don't retaliate the way that the normal world does. Instead, we encourage, we jump on this guy and we let him know that we love him. I'm so proud of what we've created in this group. But with that said, we have a responsibility. We have a responsibility to take this further. We have a responsibility to take this out bigger and bigger and bigger. And you want to know why we have that responsibility? I'm going to share it with you right now. It's a story I haven't shared with you before. My mom was talking to me about this, and I want to share it with you now. We have this responsibility because I made a promise, and I need you to help me keep that promise. You see, when my daughter was 6 years old, I lost custody of her. This is her now with her mom. When she was 6 years old, I lost custody of her. She was taken, I want to say taken away, but I earned it, right? I'm not a victim. I earned the loss of custody. I lost custody of her at 6 years old. I tried contacting her, but I wasn't allowed to contact her. I wasn't allowed to have any contact with her whatsoever. And so when I lost custody of her, that's when I went down this vicious cycle. That's when I started doing the drinking. That's when I started doing the drugging. That's when I quit my jobs and started gambling big time. And I believed it was everybody else's fault. And so I started traveling around all over the place. And ultimately I ended up homeless. And ultimately I tried to kill myself. And you guys know those stories. And for those of you that don't, you can go to my YouTube page, GlennLundy.com. You can find all that stuff up there. I share that stuff openly and authentically because I think it's really, really important. And you see, back then I didn't know God. I found him later, but I did not know him back then. But I begged for mercy. When they took my daughter away from me, I begged for mercy. I said, please, please, please bring my daughter back. Please bring her back to me. And they said no. They said no. The universe said no. God said no. And he said no because I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready. I didn't appreciate her the way that I needed to appreciate her. I wasn't a good parent. I wasn't a good dude. And so months went by. And those months became years. And my daughter, the whole time my daughter didn't know if I was dead or alive. She didn't know why I had just, in her mind, I had just abandoned her. I mean, one day I was there, the next day I was gone. She didn't know. She didn't know anything about laws and her mothers and restraining orders and all that different stuff. She didn't know anything about that. So the whole time she didn't know if I was dead or if I was alive. She had no clue. As I was traveling around playing the victim role at first, as I was traveling around blaming everyone else for my mistakes while I was continuing to spiral downward, I just can't imagine what was going through this little girl's brain. Meanwhile, the whole time that I'm traveling around being a lunatic and whatever, my mom, my saint of a mother, managed to stay in contact. She managed to stay in contact. She didn't see my daughter often, but she stayed in contact enough to be able to give me reports and at least tell me that she was alive. At least I knew that my daughter was alive, and I knew that my daughter was thriving, and I knew that my daughter was doing things like playing soccer and having trouble in school and all the different stuff. My mom stayed in contact enough to just keep an eye on her, just in case God ever wanted to do a miracle, just in case that miracle ever happened and we could be best, we could be reconnected. We would know where she was. So my mom did that. And I kept begging. I kept begging for her to be back in my life, and the universe kept saying no. Just because I wasn't ready. And after 8 years, I had changed. I had met my wife, I'd had some kids, my job, and I had changed as a human being, and I'd found God, my spiritual side, and reconnected with that. And after 8 years, my stepdad's dad passed away, and I went back to Flagstaff, Arizona. And I went back to Flagstaff, and I knew Isabel knew I was going to be there for the funeral. That's Kira's mom. She knew I was going to be there, and I knew she knew I was going to be there. And I had my mom send her a message and ask her if she would just meet up with me so we could have a conversation. And she was like, no, I'm not meeting up with that dude. No, I've got nothing to say to that dude. No, I've gone 8 years raising this little girl by myself. Why would I want to bring him back? All he's going to do is abandon her again. All he's going to do is break her heart again. No, I will not meet with him. No, I will not see him. And we begged, and she said no. She said no. She didn't think I was ready. And so I spent a couple days there in Flagstaff, and just before we were getting ready to leave, the day before I was going to leave, Isabel sent my mom a message saying that she would meet up with me at a little coffee shop. A little tiny coffee shop in Flagstaff, Arizona. And we were nervous. We were scared because Isabel's friends with police officers, and she's a captain for an ambulance company. All of her friends running those circles of firefighters and police officers. And so I was really afraid to meet up with her. I remember pulling into the parking lot and like sitting in my car for 15 minutes just looking around like, is she got cops out here? Am I about to get jumped? Is the fire department about to come out? Like, what the heck is going on? Why did she actually agree to meet with me? I felt like it was a setup, but I looked around and there was no one there, and so I waited 15 minutes and no one came, and I went inside of the coffee shop, and there she was. There was Isabel, my daughter's mom, this young lady right here. She was sitting there in the coffee shop at a table, and I sat down across from her. It was the first time we'd seen each other in a long time. And we sat across, and this was just a tiny little coffee shop, and as soon as we sat down, I went to say something, and this girl went off, man. She went off. She started banging the table and screaming at me. She was using every cuss word you could ever imagine. She cussed me up and down about all the things that she had had to do on her own, all the things, all the struggles that she had had, all the stuff that she had had to deal with, all the pain, all her daughter, my daughter had been writing letters to me. She'd been writing letters to me and sticking them in a shoebox under her bed because her mom couldn't let her mail them to me because A, she didn't know where I was because I was traveling all over the place, but B, she wouldn't let her have any contact with me because she didn't want me to hurt her again. She didn't want me to do anything that was going to break her heart even more. And so there's this box of letters that she told me about and just all of the struggles, all of the trials and tribulations that they had gone through by themselves because of my selfish ways, because of the person that I was. And so she went off. I just remembered, man, I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe the way she was going off in this little shop. She was loud, banging the table. It was violent. It was a violent interaction. And when she got done, then she put her hands down on the table and she took a deep breath. And she said, all right, Glenn, now that that's off my chest, why are you here? She was ready. And luckily, God had done some things in my life where I was ready to. And her and I walked out of that coffee house. And I gave her the biggest hug. She gave me the biggest hug. And then we started slow. We started where I would write letters to my daughter, and Isabel would read them and make sure there was nothing in there that she didn't want her daughter to see. And the relationship progressed, and Isabel started to gain trust. And ultimately, I remember getting a phone call on Christmas 4 years ago. I got a phone call on Christmas, and it was Kira. It was the first time I'd heard my daughter's voice in 8 years. And her and I talked, and then I went to Flagstaff, Arizona, and we had a visit, and that was great, and we walked, and I got to know my kid. And now, here in just a couple weeks, she'll be coming to visit again. She's in her brothers and sisters' lives. They know their sister. And it was because, literally, I made the change. And so I promised God that if he would ever bring my daughter back into my life, I promised God that if he would help me change who I was, I promised him that if he would do that, that I would change the world. If he would change me, I would change the world. And that's the promise I made. And he did. He brought her back to me. And so I have a responsibility on this planet. And I need your help because I can't do it by myself. I need your help. And so I need you to help me for my birthday. Today, on my birthday, I need you to share the show. If you don't normally share the show, just share it, please, today. Please, for my birthday, just do it for me. Share the show, because if we can get into more feeds, I believe we can change the way people start today. And if we change the way people start their day, I believe we can make a massive impact on this planet. I do. So I need you to share the show. I need you to invite people to the group, please, today. For my birthday, invite people to the group. And I'm going to give you guys like hoodies and t-shirts and planners and stuff to do this. I don't ever want you to do anything for me that's not an exchange for you. So I'll do the giveaway. I'll give away the hoodie, the t-shirts, all of that. And I want you guys to do that. And I want you to do one more thing for me. One more thing. This guy right here, his name's Tom Bilyeu. Tom Bilyeu, he does interviews and stuff for a show called Goalcast, okay? Tom Bilyeu's Goalcast. Now, if any of you guys have watched any of my previous episodes, sometimes we show video from Goalcast, right? We showed Ian Humphreys from Goalcast. Yesterday, we showed a video from Goalcast. I want to meet Tom Bilyeu. I want him to interview me. I want to do a video for Goalcast, but we got to get his attention. I can't get his attention by myself. I've tried. So I want your help. I'm begging you, please. On my birthday, will you reach out to Tom Bilyeu? Will you I don't know how to say his last name, but will you reach out? I think it's Bilyeu. Will you reach out to him in the Goalcast? Just Google Tom Bilyeu Goalcast or Google Goalcast and how to contact. And something tells me that if my Rise and Grind crew, all of you guys, are this team, this family that we've created, if all of you guys reach out to him, then we can get on his show. And the reason I want to get on the show is obviously not for me. I want to get on the show because the people that view that show are like-minded people just like you and I that are trying to better themselves, that want they're these individuals, right? These different individuals that uniquely made by the God of the universe to be the absolute best versions of themselves that they can possibly be. And they are already starting to make good decisions, right? They're starting to make good decisions. They're watching things like Goalcast. They're feeding their bodies positivity, taking care of the mind, body, spirit. They're already doing that. And I want us to unite with those people. And the way that we can do that is to get me on the show. If I can get on the show, do the interview, then I feel like we can impact a massive audience, get more people into the Rise and Grind group, more people watching the Rise and Grind show, and then I can fulfill my promise to the God of the universe to change this, to change the world. So if you would please reach out to them. Hopefully, if they hear enough from you guys, they'll reach out to me and we can go from there. Listen, thank you guys so much. Thanks for sharing my birthday with me today. Thank you guys so much for everything that you do in the group, for supporting my family. Thank you guys just so much for what we've been able to create in less than a year. It's unbelievable what we've been able to create for less than a year. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. God has his hands all up in it, no doubt. So today, will you do me a favor? Today, will you just go out and have this incredible, massive, amazing day? Because you too, just like those people from Goalcast, you are a child of God, uniquely made by the God of the universe to be the absolute best version of yourself that you can possibly be. And you're already starting to make the right decisions. You're in the Rise and Grind group. You're watching the Rise and Grind show. You're doing all of those things, and all of those things are making an impact. I want you to know that. They matter. It's making an impact on your friends, your family members, your co-workers, and believe me, it's made an impact on me, and I absolutely love you for it. I do. I absolutely stinking love you. So do me a favor, go out there, have an incredible day today. And then if you need more videos like this, go to GlennLundy.com. If you need some Rise and Grind gear, go to GlennLundy.com. If you haven't got your planner yet, this guy right here, you can go to GlennLundy.com. It'll link you right here to the thing here on Amazon. But most importantly, come back again tomorrow morning. You get to meet my sister, Christina. Come back again tomorrow morning. And we'll do it all over again, 5:30 a.m. on hashtag Rise and Grind.
Stay woke, stay woke, stay woke. Hashtag Rise and Grind, hashtag Rise and Grind. First thing on my mind, early in the morning time. Daily motivation, feeling so divine. Waking up the nation, hashtag Rise and Grind.